Time now for the shocking stat of the week. You may not appreciate this, but since 2006, the Canada Pension Plan has used what's called active management as opposed to passive. Like if you buy an ETF, that's passive management. But they've chosen to go to active management since 2006 to pick and choose investments in real estate or private equity, infrastructure, publicly traded stocks. In order to do so, though, this isn't the shocking stat, but it's shocking. Well, the number of people working at the Canada Pension Plan went from about 150 employees in 2006 to 2,100 today, actually more than that. Well, not surprisingly, the costs exploded. And I do mean exploded. They're 97 times higher. The cost of that administration, the whole thing, went from 36 million in 2006 to 3.5 billion in 2024. And when transaction costs, you have to pay when you buy and sell stuff and you've got an office, that kind of stuff, other operating expenses are added in. It's 5.5 billion annually. Well, all of that could merit a shocking stat, but it isn't. For that, we go to the Canada Pension Plan performance. In other words, what did we get in return for spending tens of billions extra in high price management? Well, I have to admit that immediately when I saw the average rate of return, which is over that period, 206 up, 7.7% annually, I thought, my gosh, I did a lot better than that. But more importantly, as Andrew Coyne of the Globe and Mail points out, 7.7% annually didn't even meet the rate of return of the Canada Pension Plan own benchmark, what's called the reference portfolio, which is about 85% equity, 15% bonds. But it didn't match the return, not just last year, but it hasn't in the 18 years it's been under active management. Think about this. If instead of going that way, they could have saved all that huge jump in administration, just turned the money over to Stanley Druckenmiller's Duquesne Capital. Are you kidding? His average was 30% per year. And maybe take a chunk of that money, give it to Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, which has averaged over 28% annually for the last 20 years, or Ken Griffin's Citadel. I mean, we would have saved billions in costs and made a heck of a lot more money. You know what? My problem after knowing all that, I can't get that tune by Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, out of my head when I read these reports.